Welcome to We Don't Have Cookies presents The Life, recorded live in studio with Don Smith and Jason Marshall.
Anyway, I don't even know how to start now that it's already started and gone through that whole mouthful that I usually have to spit out while I'm here. So anyway, this is The Life. Jason, how you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Oh, not too bad. It's been kind of a busy week.
Yeah, same
I've
here.
been fighting with poison ivy. I don't know if you noticed that. I actually forgot to spray down with the lotion before I started, so I'm going to be over here itching. So what you been up to this week?
Man, a lot of family stuff. As usual, things coming up with the house that aren't good. My basement flooded, and I don't have a sump pump, so I think I had to take out about 200 gallons of water out of my basement with a 5-gallon bucket.
Oh,
that's how my Saturday went.
That's brutal. Yeah. Well, it's good to have you back. You know, we don't have to do any housework right now. We can just sit here and talk, and we will be back here shortly with Eric Bucio. All right, we're back. See, I told you we made some changes. Yeah. I was playing around in there trying to think of stupid stuff. So I spent probably an hour and a half doing that 30-second intro right there. Time well spent.
Yes, sir. And
but,
if somebody's listening on the podcast and you wonder what we're talking about, listen to the radio show.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't play it for legal reasons, but it was very well done.
Well, I'm glad you approve. The first part was kind of, but you know, the re-intro, the original, the show intro is kind of iffy still. I might tweak that one a little bit, but
it is hard to figure out how to get into the show after we introed the show,
right?
Not live.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's kind of tough.
Anyway, we're back. I'm your host, Don Smith. With me, as always, he was here at the beginning. Jason Marshall, co-host, and we have our first guest in the studio tonight, Eric Bucio.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing all right. How are you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. I just, I had a little hiatus from comedy for the summer, and I just had my first set in about a month last night.
That?
At a bar with like 10 people.
The chapter?
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
awesome.
Indeed. Let me tell you how exciting this bar was today, or yesterday, I mean.
We have talked about the chapter many times on this show.
I normally make it to every show. I forgot yesterday. I saw somebody post a picture, and I'm like, damn, I missed the chapter.
Oh, you missed it, because last night we saw a guy go in, older guy, had to be in late 50s, early 60s, with crutches, and he sat down, got a drink, pulled out his Bible, and started crying. Ooh. So that's not necessarily the comedy audience that you would hope for. I don't think I'm good enough to cheer him up.
Did he enjoy your set, though?
No, I don't think so.
Did he at least pray for you to be funny?
I think he prayed for me for other reasons.
Yeah.
What you don't know is he was sitting there reading the Bible, just praying that something can make him laugh again.
Exactly.
Like, oh, my God. Yeah. I didn't know it was comedy night. I'm here to drown my sorrow.
It's a sign. And a terrible sign. So how did you do? How was your first set back?
It was like, in the last 2 months, I've done like 2 sets. The last one was the last time I saw you at Hecklemania.
Yeah.
And I'm a little rusty. Let me put it that way. I've been a little rusty. So, at least got me back into the groove, and I'll be doing another set tonight probably.
Oh, that's good.
So,
Hookah?
Yeah, Hookah.
Everything I've heard about it, pretty good show.
When school's in session, I guess there's plenty of just young kids that are just go there, about 19, 20-year-olds, because they can't go drinking yet. So figured hookah bars where they head to, and then they're surprised by a comedy show on a Wednesday night.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Nothing wrong with a surprise comedy show.
No,
sometimes it can be. Sometimes it can work. Sometimes you're sitting at a bar crying into a Bible.
Exactly.
And a surprise comedy show probably isn't the thing.
Yeah.
I wish I could have seen that, man. There's so many good stories come out of that place.
I took all of the effort in my heart to not take a picture of that, just to say it's not my fault. I bombed today.
So how long ago did you start doing comedy? How long have you been in the game? Or?
I'm very new still. I consider myself. Look where I made it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're already on the life. This is the measure of success in Dayton comedy.
I haven't been doing it very long, but I already learn about yourself. You learn about how it works, how the community works. It's eye-opening. Even if you're a comedy fan all your life, once you do it for any length of time, it changes your perspective on it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you get to know the other comics fairly quickly and fairly well because, I mean, you're basically sharing all the stuff that makes you you and where we all get to laugh at you for it.
Exactly. You see him 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
I mean, before I had my little break, I would do at least 2 or 3 open mics a week. Just try to get into it. Yeah, I had a good little schedule going, but I had my kid over this summer. I get her, 6 weeks a year? All right, screw comedy. I'm just going to worry about that, put that in a back burner,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, another newer comic asked if he could come on today, and I told him to call in. So, hey, look at that! As soon as I mention it, there's a phone call. So we're gonna see if this is who I think it is. Austin Vega.
Oh God,
going to call in. I told him to call in and give you some crap. Well, it stopped ringing now. Austin, if that was you, try again. I'm paying attention now. But anyway, sorry to interrupt you.
No, not at all. Not at all. Austin, I know him pretty well. He's one of the people you see several times a week. He's a young kid, too. He's only like 17. He's been doing it longer than I have, too.
So how long have you had the hair?
I've gone a good 3 or 4 years without cutting it.
Oh, that's all?
Yeah, it doesn't take that long. I mean, it stopped growing now. It's at a stunt. For those that don't, I mean, obviously, everybody that's listening, I have long hair for a guy.
Yes.
It goes into some of my jokes.
Oh, you grew it out for a guy? I had no idea.
Hey, I mean, who are you to judge?
Well, like I said, Austin's underage.
Oh, jeez. I hear so much jokes about that because I give that little brat a bunch of rides to go do open mic nights, places he shouldn't be for.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
So everybody's looking at me like I'm a creep, and then I just hate myself.
We already were, and we didn't even know. But did I just see a blink? Hey, we have another blink, so let's try it again here. Hello, you're on the live.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's me.
I'm going to tell that brat to call.
Yeah, tell him to try it again.
Turn your radio.
Turn your radio down. Even I know this stuff.
Hello.
That's how radio works, Austin. Dummy.
Oh, I wasn't sure if it was working or not. My bad. I was listening to it, but then I kept trying to call. So.
Yeah. We got you now.
I heard you guys all talking shit. I was like, nah, I got to make sure.
This is radio, dummy. You're on the radio.
We just had to. I just had to use my button. So,
Austin, you're on the radio. Watch your mouth.
Well, hey, how's it going anyway?
Yeah, pretty good.
See, that's why I specified to give him crap.
Yes, and this is why I just yell at him constantly, because he does dumb things like that.
So this is Austin Vega on the phone with us now, our a third guest, or second so far. We'll have a third later on. So did you have any questions for Eric? Like, how does he get his hair so soft, or any,
What is your main inspiration for your jokes?
Oh, yeah, you're leaving a great impression so far, Austin. Cursing and then asking me 2-year-old questions. That's a great way to start your radio career.
Radio. You're the one trying to have a radio career, okay?
Yes, but I'm not cursing or anything.
Yeah, why
I'm
not?
just having fun here and talking, laughing, and enjoying myself.
See, now you upset him.
As often as the times that Eric has given me rides and stuff, my mother still doesn't know who he is. Every time I bring you up, she's like, who's that guy?
We all know who your mom is, though, Austin.
Yeah, everyone hits at my mom.
She's a young lady. She's a young woman, so.
Yeah, she's the one in the back of the room with her head in her hands.
No, actually, she's just the one laughing, but everyone thinks my mother is single. From my first comedy show I ever did, I had 3 guys try to ask my mom's number. Through me.
So is she single, or?
Exactly.
No, she's happily married.
Okay.
Don't wait, 9. Is it 9 now? 9 years.
Are you sitting there with her? And she's watching you have a train wreck on
this
live radio.
Right now.
I'm the guy, the creepy.
Okay, I don't have rules like that.
I'm the creepy 25-year-old that gives your kid rides with long hair.
I'm one of the 3 guys that asked for your number.
I haven't yet, just because I haven't formally met you yet. But it'll happen, and I'll make sure Austin knows it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we definitely went off the rails here. That's all good.
This is what makes good radio, though. fun, interesting. You don't plan it. I didn't plan on.
This is definitely a spontaneous show.
I didn't plan on this idiot calling, but I'm always prepared to make fun of him.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in, Austin. And everybody go check out Austin and Indulge VSP in Springdale this Saturday, 7 to 9. And we will catch you later, sir.
I apologize.
It's all good.
I apologize very much for that.
Well, that was Austin Vega joining us on the phone with Eric Bucio in the studio.
Yes, indeed.
So, do you have anything coming up? You said you might have a few other things.
I have things planned out that I don't have, worked out completely. So I don't have anything officially to plug. But I suggest if you don't have anything to do tonight, come to a hookah bar on Patterson and just see a free comedy show. And if you're brave, get up there and tell a few jokes.
Absolutely.
Your own jokes. Somebody actually, I remember someone went up and asked, "Oh, can I just tell so-and-so's joke?" And no, you got to write your own stuff.
That man's name was Father Tom.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Well, Eric Bucio, thanks for being our guest this evening.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Well, we're going to go to break. We're going to play some music, and we're going to be back here shortly with Kristen Lundberg. I can't say it. Lundberg.
She's very funny, too.
Staring at me saying, you butchered my name. All right. We will be back here shortly.
Broccoli pizza thing's long.
Absolutely. And that just went out over the air. We came back, and all they heard was the broccoli pizza thing is long. And now they're wondering what exactly you're
the broccoli
smoking.
Pizza thing every week.
Well, yeah, because that's kind of a... Anyway, The Life is back with your host, Don Smith, co-host Jason Marshall. In case people were just tuning in, we have kicked Eric Bucio out of the studio. We have hung up on Austin Vega. And our next guest is in with us, Kristen Lundberg.
Hey.
I already asked you how your trip from Chicago was.
Yeah. Long drive, lots of semis, drag racing semis. They want to race me for some reason, man.
You take them up on it?
Just you? Or?
Yeah, well, no, I just try to get around them, but then they get around me again. And then so I'm like, okay, I'm going to get around them again. And then they get around me again. And it's just I don't know if you call that a race or...
A highway leapfrog.
Leapfrog, yeah. Let's see here. I stopped a couple times. I stopped one time at a Flying J, and it was like the Cadillac of Flying J's. Like, it had everything.
There was such a thing.
It was wonderful. I mean, they had Cinnabon. They had Pizza Hut, or some kind of pizza. They had an Arby's, and then... I think something else in there that was making it smell good. I don't know, like a lot of coffees. It was insane.
And where's this one located?
The Cinnabon really got me.
It sounds like a place I need to visit.
It was in Indiana somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's too far to travel for Flying J. But if I'm ever out that way.
Yeah, it was like a food mall. Like
awesome.
If you just took like just the food court out of the mall and put it in.
That's the most important part of any mall.
Yeah.
So. Now, you were originally from the Dayton area?
Yeah, I'm from Kettering.
How long you been doing comedy and doing the everything else that you do, which I'm not sure everything that you do.
Well, it's all under the blanket of comedy. Having that blanket lets me get away with a lot of stuff. So, like, if I ever want to film something downtown, I do film. I put it up on my YouTube page. I haven't made one in a while, but I did. I started off doing videos when I was in high school around 10 years ago. So, 2006, 2007. I graduated from the interactive media program at Fairmont High School in 2006, and I started off doing videos. And then when I was about 18 years old, I started off doing some stand-up. And then Wiley's didn't like me at an open mic, so they kicked me out. And
it's a lot of that going around right now.
I know. I'll be on Conan before I be on Wiley's in my hometown.
Wow.
I don't know what they're I don't know. You gotta be good to your friends, I guess.
I've recently been banished from Wiley's stage.
You got banished too?
For trying to help a friend out.
What'd you do? What happened?
I don't want to get into it too much. Why not? There was the general manager at Wiley's a couple months ago. He's no longer with them.
Yeah.
He was trying to purchase Wiley's because it's having issues right now, and the current owners are trying to sell it.
Oh, again? I thought that they just went through.
They just bought it a year and a half ago from Rob Haney.
For the record, just for the record, before you go any further, I was joking about getting into it, and I don't want to get in trouble for encouraging them.
Yeah, there you go. But no, there was a request to send some text messages to try to get the current owners to relinquish Wiley's before its name gets ruined, because there was some worry to that, and basically a chain of continuous texts went out from a lot of Dayton comics, and anybody that they could identify from that chain of texts is now banned from the Wiley stage. So,
weird.
Yes, it was kind of weird,
it
was not the best laid plan, and it failed miserably.
Yeah,
I don't think just saying, "Hey, why don't you just give this thing up before you destroy it?" is the best way.
That's probably
well, it sounds like something my mom would do when she's drunk. It's like just going through my phone, like, I don't like this person. I don't like this person.
In hindsight, probably not the best thing to have done.
I don't know. That's kind of like, I don't know how to really feel about that, except for I'm just like, well, that's that.
That's about how I feel.
And
about
that's the way life goes. No, my mom really did. She really did go through my phone one time, and she saw. She goes through my phone all the time whenever I'm around. But I saw this. She saw a name on my phone that said Dory, which was my roommate at the time. But my dad's new wife's name is Doris, so she called up Dory, thinking that it was my dad's new wife, and left her the coolest voicemail. I can't even say it. It was like she had the M word. Like that's, there was all kinds of new,
awesome
new letter words. She is all, you this and you that. Oh, that's great.
Oh, man. If you ever get that, you need to email it to me. I'll play it on the podcast. That would be a bonus. We need some new curse words for the show.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, we got them all.
So you moved out to Chicago for comedy reasons, or just to get out of Dayton?
Well, I was living in Cincinnati when I made the decision to move to Chicago. I moved to Cincinnati to get out of Dayton.
Oh, okay. That's the logical next step.
And then every once in a while, I would go into Newport to get out of Cincinnati. So the best part about Cincinnati is the Newport Aquarium.
In Kentucky.
In Kentucky. I made the decision on Labor Day in Cincinnati, and it was because I don't know, it's one of those light bulb moments where I really wanted to go see the fireworks and nobody else was into it. And then I was like, and this was like 3 years ago, during the summer, like Labor Day, that's in September, right? Yeah. Or am I getting that wrong? Yeah. So it was about 3 years ago, I made the decision on Labor Day because nobody wanted to go see fireworks. And I said, I could be in Chicago seeing fireworks by myself. And that would be cooler. So I was like,
that's a great decision.
And then I was gone in February. Yeah. So I don't know. It was really just kind of like up. And I had a cool job in Cincinnati too for a while. I worked at a toy sculpting company.
What kind of toys did you sculpt? I've never heard of toy sculpting.
There's new ways of going about it now. Classically, toys were sculpted, and then you would make a mold and maybe a rotisserie mold for their head. So yeah, we would do stuff for Mattel, Hasbro, Fisher-Price, all the big stuff. And then sometimes some littler ones too, like Procter and Gamble, whenever they need a new tampon applicator design or whatever. One time they did a bodysuit for Janet Jackson, which is pretty cool. There's like a top secret thing. It's not the same one that was the... It wasn't the one where the nipple fell out.
Malfunction. Okay.
No.
I'd hate to think you were responsible for
I would love to think I was responsible for that. Are you kidding? Oh, material.
Yeah, that would have been a moment. Mm-hmm. So are you still in the toy sculpting business in Chicago? Or
no, I tried, and it's just really hard to get into if you don't know somebody. And I kept sending out my portfolio. I had it all on Behance and my resume with, I figured, I have actual experience and an actual portfolio. That matters. No. I was wrong. They want friends before they want talent.
So it's a lot
like,
comedy.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Sounds very familiar.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I went to the toy store today, actually. I was looking through Toys R Us. I still like to make it through the toy aisle whenever I can to see if some of my sculpts might have made it into the later designs. I haven't seen any of my sculpts. I think all my sculpts have pretty much cycled through. They're not being manufactured anymore. Aside from that, I don't know. I like looking at the girl toys that they have so many different options now besides Barbie. You know, they have Barbie and then they have Monster High and Bratz. And now they have one called Ever After High, which sounds like a type of
time,
high.
Actually.
Sounds wonderful.
Sounds like something you could only buy in Colorado.
Yeah.
Try some of that Ever After High.
Yeah, I mean.
I got
right next to it's on the shelf right
those.
next to the Rocky Mountain High.
Yeah. I don't know. I walked into the Toys R Us and I was a little disappointed because, you know, it looks a lot different than I remember it. Like, I remember it being you remember it being this grand place, like the best place in the world when you're a kid. It's been a long time since I've walked into one.
It's where a kid can be a kid.
Yeah. Is that their byline?
Yeah.
That's right. That is damn right. And I walk in and it's like this faded picture of a little girl holding a toy, you know, and it's like so sun faded. Now she's originally a black girl. It was very faded and it almost looked like a white girl after that. And I just don't, you know, I'm just like, you know, seeing that was kind of creepy. And then
when you saw the copyright was 1982, it just got sad.
Yeah, it just got sad. I'm like, man, you guys need a new sign. Like, I know it's vintage now or whatever, but it just didn't look very good. They had built like a doorway out of boxes, you know, like something you would make if you're a kid building a fort. It's just like out of boxes, but it didn't look very cool. It was just kind of painted green, and that was it. And I was like, man, this place is taking a dive. But I mean, at least try with your pop displays. I know there's not much that they could do about the actual toys that they're selling. There is what there is on the market, but as far as like your pop displays, make them pop.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, it seems like when you moved to Chicago, as far as comedy goes, things have gotten a lot better because I saw that you opened for Todd Glass, which is really awesome.
That was really cool. And that was about a year ago that I did that. That was just kind of lucky, you know, and sometimes you get lucky. Like you can open for people if you just go to the Chicago theater, say you buy a ticket and let's see here. This happened to Kyle Shalin. I think he bought a ticket to go see Amy. No, was it Amy Schumer? I think it was Amy Schumer. And she wanted somebody to open for her, and she's like, are there any comedians in the audience? And like, you know, like before the show. And he was like, I'm a comedian. And she was looking for female comedians, but there weren't any there that day, I guess, which is ridiculous now that I think about it. But yeah, there weren't any female comedians to see Amy Schumer that day. So she picked Kyle, and then he opened for her, and then like things just kind of I don't know, they snowball to a certain extent and then peter out, and then you got to kind of pick it back up, and I don't know, it's a roller coaster. But yeah, you can get jobs opening for people just by going to see people. You know, depending on if they're too famous to really know anybody that's in the town, then they'll pick like one of the locals and just be like, give one of the locals a shot. You know, some comics are like that.
There's a lot more places to do comedy there too than some place like Dayton. I mean, it's not like Dayton's a small town.
Yeah.
But Chicago's got a lot more variety.
And we've got some good opportunities here, but they've been kind of dwindling.
Yeah,
lately,
well, that's what I mean.
sadly.
Like, Dayton's not a small town. It's not like there's nothing out there. There's something just about every night. But when you go to Chicago,
every night, for sure.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
Every night, Chicago for sure. I don't know about. I can't speak for Dayton anymore. Yeah, it can be tiring, you know, because sometimes I'm just like, oh, I should take a break from comedy. But then whenever I do that, I'm like, I'm gonna go watch a show instead of performing in a show, or instead of like contacting somebody about booking a show. I'll go watch a show, and usually that'll amp me back up, you know. can be tiring every day.
Do you have your tiny violin in your purse?
No.
Damn.
No, it's not. I upgraded to full size.
Okay. I was hoping you'd play Parks and Rec or something.
Oh, yeah, that's right, man. I used to play that. I forgot about that. I got a manager now, and he told me that to stay away from that copyrighted material.
Is it Mike Canistero?
Is it? No.
Okay.
Who is that?
That's a local comic that was managing a local comic.
Oh, really?
For a while, that was
that sounds like a weird relationship.
It was
very much so.
That sounds like somebody just saying, "I know more than you," and the other person's like, "I agree to that."
No, it was actually quite the opposite, because the guy he was managing was begging for somebody to manage him.
And still is.
And then and still is, because eventually Mike was like, okay, I've had enough fun, I'm done. And I believe we've both been asked if we'd manage him.
Yeah, and I wanted to so bad. Oh my God. Yeah, it would have been so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's such a nice guy, but man, he's got some... He's a really nice guy, though. But
great personality.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you're supposed to say when you're not into somebody?
Yeah, there you go. And he's really great at telling other people's jokes.
Oh, I've dealt with that. I've dealt with that in Dayton before, and I don't know. I forgot about that, but when I tell people in Chicago what it was like doing comedy in Dayton a long time ago, this is like almost 10 years ago. I tell them it was okay to just steal Jeff Foxworthy jokes and tell them on stage at Jokers or wherever, because that's what people did, and that was like, and they did it so often that I was just like, I just kind of assumed, I'm like, okay, that's okay for them to do that, but I still knew that it wasn't okay for me to do that. I didn't want to do that, but yeah, I've seen it happen a few times.
See, if I write something that's close to something I hear later on after I wrote it, I'm done with that.
You're done with it. That avenue has been
I would
traveled.
think that was the way it should be.
There's just not too many people out there plagiarizing Johnny Carson's monologues anymore.
Well, that's true. There's one.
Is it Johnny Carson?
Yeah, I think that's why he gets away with it.
Yeah, because most of the people at the shows are like, this sounds vaguely familiar.
If you haven't heard it,
it,
it's new to you.
Well, here's my theory on that, is that if you're writing from if you're filtering everything through your own eyes and you're writing from your own perspective and you have a good enough grip on who you are, then you're probably not going to have to worry about you accidentally stealing somebody's joke as much, because it'll be just so much from personal experience and everyone is so different. But if that does happen, then that kind of joke is obviously like, it's on the table, it's on the radar, it's on the social psyche. People are thinking about it. Then you just maybe not need to ditch a joke, but make your own personal spin on it. So that way it's not complete garbage. It just needs to be personalized, which is why, my mom's an alcoholic jokes will never... People say that kind of stuff is hack. My dad's an alcoholic. It's only hack if it hasn't happened to you. But there will never, ever, I will never, ever, ever stop talking about my mom being an alcoholic. I will never.
Even if you stop doing comedy.
Even if I stop.
Even family reunions.
We'll call it into radio shows.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, guess what? I'll tell you who I am, where I'm from in a minute. Yeah. First.
No, she's
must have
texting
gone back
me right
and
now.
To the show.
She's texting me right now. She's
I
upset.
couldn't find it. I was gone. But oh, your mom's texting you?
Yeah.
She's
mad that I got mad at her. It was last night we got a hotel. She said, well, I told her I was coming to Dayton, and normally I would stay with my dad because he has a bedroom for me to hang out in, for me to sleep in a bed. And I was like, well, I'm coming to Dayton. She's like, oh, let's get a hotel. I'll get us a hotel and we can make popcorn and watch movies. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that sounds great. That sounds great. She's like, it says there's a $50 rebate if you sign up online, but my computer's not working. Can you sign it up and you book the hotel? I'm like, yeah, like, you going to pay me back when I get there? That wasn't really part of my plan. Of course she's not going to pay me back. I'm so mad. I fell for it. And then she stayed up all night drunk, complaining about Hillary Clinton has the nomination. I'm like, can't you just be pleasant? I just remember when I was a kid, I had this shirt. It's kind of exciting for me because I had this shirt that had a Peanuts character on it. And it said, it was the redheaded one. And it said on it underneath, it said, someday a woman will be president. I remember like looking at that shirt and be like, that's such a funny shirt. Like when I was a kid, like I unironically thought it was a funny shirt. You know, and I am, you know, I was a girl, I am a woman, you know, and I just said, like, even then, like the sexism was just like so ingrained that was like a funny shirt, you know. And now it's like, oh, cool. I wish I would have held on to it. It would have been awesome to wear.
I'm actually, I got to vote for Gary Johnson because he's the only candidate to come out and promise that he won't smoke weed during the campaign so he can focus.
He did.
Yes, he did. And well, the great thing is, you know, because he promised he would abstain during the campaign, that win, lose, or draw, when it's over, he's firing back up. And I think that's great. You know, because we've had W, that's a president you could go, whether you like his politics, it's still a president you could go have a beer with. I think it's time we have one we can go smoke a joint with.
Yeah.
I think it's...
Yeah.
And admits to it.
Yeah.
Unlike Bill Clinton.
Exactly.
Acted like he never did. But you know he was stoned half the time.
Yep. See, well, you had Bill Clinton. Now there was a president you could go to a strip club with.
Well,
yeah.
See, that's what I was,
it rain.
That's what I was saying a while back. I want there to be an ex-president who just becomes some kind of just crazy junkie. I don't care what they do. They just run around partying all the time. And from the last video I saw, looks like it might become George Bush because at that funeral where he's just swaying back and forth and marching.
Yeah, at a funeral? I didn't see that one.
Yeah, it was at the police funeral in Dallas. I think it was Dallas.
Yeah, I think it was. They were
he was
playing,
dancing at a police funeral?
They were playing the Hymn of the Republic.
Did they kick him out?
Hymn of the Republic.
Oh,
and
my
he's
God.
swaying back and forth.
He's got Michelle Obama's hand and he's just fake
He's got
marching.
a hold of Michelle Obama's hand.
And she's giving him a look.
Yeah.
And then finally she just starts laughing and joins in. But at first she's just giving him this look like, if that look could kill. You know?
If you saw it on Saturday Night Live, you'd be like, God, this show is so hacky.
Yeah.
But because it happened
that would really happen.
But because it happened in real life, you're like, I think George Bush relapsed and is doing coke again. This whole time he's pretending to cry and blow his nose. He's doing bumps.
Yeah.
This guy's messed up.
So do you have anything coming up anytime soon? Any shows out there? Or?
Yeah, I'm doing the Laugh Factory on Saturday, the 30th, and Sunday. I'm doing the Laugh Factory Saturday and Sunday in Chicago. And then the Comedians You Should Know at Timmy O'Toole's on Wednesday, August 3rd, and that's at 9 o'clock. And that's a pretty cool spot to do. That's like Chicago's most sought after showcase. Everybody wants to be on that show. I've seen it a few times. It's really good. It's a really good show. Just watching that show is what made me want to start picking up my violin and playing, because I saw somebody come in there with a piano, which sounds really, like typical, comedian piano, do some musical comedy, whatever. But I was like, I'd just completely forgotten about my hidden skill. So I was like, well, I should, start doing that. So now I get to go do it on their stage and it gets to go full circle. So I'm pretty excited. Yeah.
They came in with the piano. It wasn't already on stage, or? No,
it wasn't.
Wow.
He had to come up there, walk it. Yeah, because that stage is small. So to have somebody, it's about the size, I don't know. It's the size of a thimble, man. It's a really small stage. They got to pack a lot of people in there. And they pack the place out every time, but he had to walk his piano and set it up. And
so it was a long break.
Not too long.
Well, that's I was just trying to picture the logistics of that, as far as bringing a piano on stage with you for a comedy set.
Well, it's like an electric one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
that's a little different.
Pushing a grand piano up there.
Now we need everyone to leave.
It's a good thing they packed this place out because I need a lot of help.
Yeah, exactly. Have audience members up here trying.
Hey, many hands make light work.
Yep. That man's dedicated to that bit right there.
Commit to the bit, man.
Well,
because even a small upright, that's pretty heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Well, everywhere he goes, they want him on bringer shows because he brings at least 10 people to help him.
Oh, good old bringer shows. That's another thing. In Chicago, they don't have bringer shows really, but if you bring people, they'll remember that.
Right.
So it's kind of cool. That's the thing I hate. There's only like so many favors you can ask of your friends, I feel like. Unless you're somehow getting people from elsewhere, which is what I do. I attract people from the bar. So when people come into the Redhead on Friday night and I'm performing on the Saturday night at Laugh Factory, I'll tell them and they'll be like, you're a comedian? And I'll be like, yeah, and I'll tell them a stupid joke. And then I'll give them my business card and tell them and they'll come. Sometimes it happens, but I don't miss bringer shows, man.
Well, the hard thing is when you start out, that's about all you can get, and you're trying to get the same people to show up and telling the same jokes over and over again.
And you feel like an idiot. And you're just like, I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
Even in Chicago, when I have friends that are like, "Yeah, I'll come to the show." I'm like, "It's gonna be the same show that you saw last week," and they're like, "I don't care." Like, all right.
Yeah, it's good to have those friends you can abuse, but you only got that for a little while. Eventually, they get tired.
If they get sick of your shit. Yeah.
Where can we find your videos? You said you did videos are they mostly YouTube? Is it just a web series, or is it?
It's mostly YouTube. There's also a web series, and it's all on my website, which is www.kristensfunnyhair.com. And it's all under media, and it's a cool website, kristensfunnyhair.com, for all your funny hair needs.
Yes. Is that where they get the rainbow wig for the football games?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's actually shaven from my pubic hair.
Awesome.
And then they sew it together in a skin helmet. And then it puts it on its head.
All right. I have nothing to say to that. So,
yeah. I don't know. The website name, there's a cool kind of weird story about the website name because I originally wanted KristenLundberg.com. But I did have KristenLundberg.com, but some guy in Chicago was helping me get my website up, and he said, I'll start it under my GoDaddy account. It'll be under my GoDaddy account, and I have a plan with them, so I won't have to pay that much to have an extra website. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, like free website. Awesome. But then we got into a big fight because he's a crazy stalker dude.
Awesome.
And and then so he had my website, KristenLundberg.com, was still under his name. And I asked him, hey, can you please either transfer it over to my GoDaddy account because I meant to do the transfer earlier, but somehow it didn't get transferred. So he still had it. It was up for renewal. I'm like, can you transfer it? And he's like, no. And and there's nothing that GoDaddy can do because he owns the site.
Right.
And so I had to wait for it to go up on auction. And it was on auction. I was staying at my friend's house in Bear Mountain, California. It was on auction. It was going up at 4 a.m. was when the auction would end. So I set my alarm for $350 and typed in $500. And he was trying to outbid me.
Wow.
He was trying to outbid. I saw, because you could see how many people bid and what they bid and how much. And it's like, he bid but I ended up only paying $120. But first he bid like 50, then he bid like 75 and then 100. And then it just barely, I mean, I'm like, this guy, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if GoDaddy had hired some people to bid on stuff too, though.
Yeah, you never know.
So there's no telling. You can tell,
So do you have that?
I have it now.
You have it now.
I want
it's
it.
Just you still.
I just don't use it really anymore. It's just kind of parked. I don't have any content on there. I did have it so it would go directly to Kristen'sFunnyHair.com, which is what I had built in the meantime, just so I could have a site. And I was just like, nah, good, yeah. I only need one, Yeah. I'll just stick with that. So I hate that guy.
I can imagine, yeah.
That's a dedicated stalker to just hold on to it and then try to outbid you. Yeah.
He was going to pay for me to hate him more.
So how did it go to auction? He didn't renew it?
He didn't renew it, and then when you do nothing, it goes up for auction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he wasn't.
He just didn't want to do anything.
Dedicated.
No, he was more dedicated than you know. So he knew that it was going to expire. Yeah. And he knew you would bid on it at an auction. So he just waited to stalk you on the auction.
Yeah.
That's
pretty much it.
Yeah. Wow. That's some dedication where he's like,
I did not think of it from that angle.
Here's my last chance.
That's a real loon.
Yeah.
Wow.
To really get her balls. Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Dang, that sounds like something that would happen to me because I get a lot of crazy stalkers, and I haven't got that one yet. But kudos to you, man.
Will.
You've collected one I haven't. This is like a Pokemon Go stalker show.
I keep waiting. I keep waiting for my starter stalker. I feel kind of unpretty.
I need another free website,
It does kind of make you feel good in a weird, sick way.
Yeah.
Where you're like, one person's really into
I get
me.
to tell that story, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I get out of it. That's it. It's mine.
Well, all right. I guess we should probably wrap up here because you're gonna hustle off to hookah.
Hookah.
That doesn't sound good.
You're gonna hustle off to hookah.
Hustle off to
sounds
hookah.
like I'm gonna do something bad.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like something you do down south. I'm hustling off to hookah.
Yep. By Bone Lick River.
Well, I really appreciate you coming in. I appreciate you coming back to Dayton. It was really nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Good of you to do the show. And everybody be sure to go to www.kristensfunnyhair.com.
Where you get your funny hair.
And get some of Kristen's funny hair. And be careful of the rainbow wigs.
Yeah. Just don't.
Yeah, just
no.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming on. It's been really great talking to you and getting to know you. And we're going to play some music, and we'll be back here shortly. All right, we're back on the life. Kristen Lundberg's headed out to hookah. So be sure to go out tonight if you get a chance. Go out to Hookah Bar tonight. Sign-ups at 9:30, and the show starts at 10 o'clock. Both of my guests will be there tonight. Eric Busio's heading out there, and Kristen Lundberg's heading out there. Why can I not say that name? Lundberg.
I haven't seen Eric, but I can tell you, and you just heard, Kristen's really funny.
Kristen seems really funny, and Eric tries really hard. So that's Eric's got some funny stuff too. So get out and see them tonight.
And Kristen's been doing this for a long time. So
yes, she has.
You want to see somebody with a lot of experience who's been around. That's a good place to see them and to do it free.
Yeah, I haven't seen her on stage, but I'm going to have to check out some of her videos, and who knows, maybe someday I'll go out to Chicago and hit a couple clubs out there myself because it sounds like a lot of fun out there.
Yeah.
But be sure to check them out tonight at the hookah and go to www.kristensfunnyhair.com and check out all of her stuff on there. And I'm going to hand things off to Jason so he can, because that's pretty much our wrap up. That's all we need to do. I do want to thank the guests again. Thank Eric Busio for being on, Kristen Lundberg, and I'll even thank Austin Vega for calling in. So Jason, take it away.
Well, I want to thank everybody for listening to the podcast. On Friday, July 29th, I'll be doing this for a year, which doesn't seem like I've been doing it that long, but I appreciate everybody's support. And I'm planning on having a show out that day. Still waiting for some stuff from a few people, so I might put it out Monday and just thank everybody on Friday. I'm not sure. Go check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/WeDon'tHaveCookies. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Got some stuff coming up in August and really looking forward to it. That's it for me.
All right. Well, it's been fun.
Thanks for listening. Tell your friends about the show and leave a review. See you Monday.
Plenty of just young kids